I made the mistake of showing Derek this topic, but Filippo, you mentioned this on Twitter recently, and I want to talk about this a bit.
Blue cards coming to football. Oh God, yeah. This is all you guys. I don't really give a fuck because you know what? In the end, this is all going to be tested like the 6th division in fucking Slovenia somewhere, and then we'll get a report, and they'll go, "Yeah, that's not going to work in the 5th division," and then it'll be over. I think personally, I hope that's what happens. I may be wrong. You guys take it away.
It's like Derek took my my suggestion earlier and just saying, "Hey, don't say anything," and he said something.
I know I should have said anything.
The worst, Derek. All right, so then Blaze talks about how blue cards are coming to football, and he talks about how there's you get a blue card. It's gonna be 10 minutes for dissent or a cynical foul. 2 blue cards equals a red card.
Why 10 minutes, not 2? Like hockey?
They really want to make you think.
10 minutes is a lot of time. That's like 10%. That's over 10% of the game.
Oh, shit.
So I had this conversation with both Lawless and Winalda, and I'm bringing both of them up here in a second. But I'm like, with Lawless, I was like, here's my suggestion. When you get the blue card, you got to go off the pitch. In order to get back onto the pitch, you got to solve a Rubik's Cube.
You got what?
You got to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd fuck that up.
And I changed it up because I realized that most people won't be able to complete that. So when I was talking with Winaldo later, I was like, hey, maybe they can get to like the 10th round of Simon Says, or at least win the best 2 out of 3 of rock, paper, scissors.
So you're mocking this rule?
I'm absolutely mocking it. Yeah.
I think it's a garbage rule, and I can start with one question right away about this rule. Right away. What happens if your goalkeeper gets are goalkeepers like incent of it? They won't get a blue card. They're safe.
Yeah.
What if they get a blue card? You have to put a field player on goal for 10 minutes. You have to make a sub. Mm-hmm. How does that work? That's the first thing. So goalkeepers can't get it, so they can use dissent and cynical fouls. How is it going to be implemented? It's also another thing for the ref to like, I guess, interpret the play because it's open, right? It's not clear what a cynical foul is, and you can't really make it clear. It's just like the handball rule. You know, when it hits the hands, like, oh no, was it a handball? Was it not a handball? What? It's just one more element for the ref to fuck up.
Here's the problem, though. I was going to say the problem is the cynical foul. Like if I were playing and I fouled and made every foul I made would be cynical because I'm a cynical son of a bitch. No, so what? Am I going to get a blue card every single time?
You only get 2 fouls there, Derek.
Well, my question is, what is this solving? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because again, if you're going to say, oh, cynical foul, dissent, or stopping a counter, whatever it is, you give him a yellow card. Oh, now he's wasting time, so give him a blue card. You know how you solve that? Stop the freaking clock. You can literally change the game by just stopping the clock. My question is, what is the blue card solving? That's
nothing,
my question.
Really. Nothing. I mean,
when it comes to dissent, I mean, quite frankly, as a player on the pitch, can you get 1 yellow, 1 blue, and still be fine? Or does that equal a red card?
A whole rainbow of cards.
Does it require you to get 2 yellow or 2 blue in order to count as a soft red? But the cynical fouls, though, I mean, it's generally speaking, when the interpretation of the ref by cynical foul would be a straight red at that point.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't know.
Oh, you get a blue card. Fuck it, you're back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, how do you? It's just one more thing for the ref to fuck up and not be consistent. England hasn't figured out how they're still losing the battle to the VAR, the Premier League. Every freaking weekend, they get punched in the guts by the VAR, which is the easiest thing to manage because you can literally look at the video recording and and there's like 4 refs looking at it. Now you're gonna add this to the refs. This is not gonna. I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I know that the yellow card and the red card were introduced a long time ago because I think it was more of like because Pele was constantly hacked. That was one of the reasons early in Pele's career. You didn't have the yellow and the red card. But the yellow and the red card are very basic and easy to understand. Yellow card is a warning. If you do something annoying, if you do a hard foul that's not too bad, you get your warning. Red card is when you do something way out of the line. You cross that line. So usually there's not many debates on that, on yellow cards. And then red cards, sometimes there's a little bit of debate if they were harsh or not. Now we're adding a third element to this BS, and I can't seem to really figure out what it's solving.
Can you imagine the refs carrying around like 6 cards in their pocket? They're like, oh, that was a green. What? What's a green? Nope, this time it's an orange.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, now you got a blue. What the hell is going on here?
No, they're just like, wait, did I give this guy a blue card or a yellow card before? Oh, I forgot. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Exactly.
What's the difference also? Don't we already give yellow cards for fouls like that?
Yeah, exactly. Brett,
the whole argument is stupid in that sense.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Brett Oppenheim. I'm just kidding, Brett. Oppenheim. But Eupen is what we're trying to get across here. $20, my friend. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Also, this new MLS rule making players sit out for 2 minutes if injured for 15 seconds. Huge implications. I imagine players hate it, but fans will love it. Faking and exaggerating injuries is maybe the worst part of the game, and it kind of has been for a long time. I mean, that's been the one criticism that, you know, all the football, like American football guys make, or the baseball guys. They're like, oh, you guys are a bunch of wimp pansies out there.
Yeah, but football stops every 15 seconds, the game.
I
too,
know.
You need to field whenever you need to.
Well, I told you, the best solution is just stop the clock. Instead of using 45 minutes, do 30 minutes stopping the clock. If the guy's rolling around wasting time, it doesn't matter. You stop the clock.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the thing. If you have to call anybody out, you know, a physician or whatever the medical aides there are, they come out, they have to inspect him, they have to take him off the pitch. Once he reports to the fourth official, then you start your 2 minutes. At that point, the fourth official lets him in at 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what I would say. If you're gonna do this, yeah, might as well.
All right.
Also, look at what Brett is saying is also like, look at this. This is true. 15 seconds on the floor. Let's say the guy got actually kicked on the shin and it hurts very badly, and he's like trying to recover from it, and he's like, give me 30 seconds here, bro. Okay, you're gonna have to go out for 2 minutes. Like, dude, I literally just got kicked.
Yeah.
So you're essentially incentivizing players like Miazga, for example. Let me just kick Messi very harshly on the shin, which is not a red card. And then Messi has to stay for 30 seconds on the floor, recover. He's out for 2 minutes. What is this nonsense?
What if the ref does that like a boxing thing? He goes 1, 2,
guys,
and you're out of here.
You're missing the whole thing. Miazga's not doing that. What if he grabs Messi's testicles, which is much more likely, and gives him a squeeze? And then, listen, I'm sorry, but even a gentle, not so gentle squeeze,
you're gentle grazing.
You're down. And now you're going to have to sit out for 2 minutes because Miazga grabbed your fucking testes? Really? That's how we're going to do this?
Walking around going like this the entire time?
Personally, I hope no players grab each other's testes in the middle of the game.
Matt's done it twice.
Yeah, you never know. He might. Yeah, you never know.
Like, listen, though, back in my day, in the 80s, I'm sorry, but soccer was dirty. I'm sorry. Defenders were dirty, and they punch you in the nuts when the ref wasn't looking.
My day.
Yeah.
Didn't Cavani get fingered once?
Oh, God.
Little finger. Whoop. Yep.
No, seriously. I'm not joking. Look it up. Cavani got fingered.
Yeah. I'm not typing that on Twitter, Filippo.
Is that a movie?
Fingered.
That should be a movie.
No. You guys think
wasn't it?
I don't know if I want to also search this on Google because this will be on my Google search history. But I am 99% sure Cavani got fingered in the game. It was like a big scandal.
Penetrated, actually.
I'm waiting for the
penetrated in the game. I'm not joking.
Oh my God!
I'm pretty positive that was accurate. Yes, but
yeah. No, I'm sure you're right. I mean, I'm not looking it up, but yeah. All right, we got to get to this topic, Brett.
Here we go.
He's not going to be around forever.
It was versus Chile.
I told you he got fingered against Chile.
Yeah, Cavani got fingered.
No, Derek, we're not moving on to that just yet.
Holy shit, Brett! I'm
going to smack you around.
Go ahead.
So Lawless apparently loves the blue card. The blue card will be shown for dissent and preventing a promising attack. It resulted in a 10-minute trip to the sin bin. I hate that name, by the way. I know it's used in other terms. I know it's used in other sports, but whatever.
Sin bin.
2 blue cards or yellow and a blue would equal a red. I think it provides a powerful new tool to curtail some major problems in the game.
Do we have to cover the stupidity any longer? Because this is the dumbest.
I think we gave Lawless too much airtime already. Move on.
Yeah, this is the dumbest thing I've read all day.
Likes it, guys. I'm pointing this out that there's
only Fox is dumb enough to give him that much airtime. I prefer Ronaldo. Keep him there.
Yeah, exactly. 10 minutes. You think these guys are, I almost said stimulating, simulating now? Wasting time will be the problem. It may escalate out of control. What happens with multiple blue cards to multiple players? Yeah, confusion, chaos. That's what happens. 8 versus 8. No, wait, 9 versus 8. Now it's 11 versus 9. Nope, back to 10 versus 9. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The fourth official is going to have to sit in like, well, no, you got 7 minutes left. You got 5 minutes left. No, you got 3 minutes left.
You got to hire like 3 more refs just to keep track of all the fucking yellow cards, blue cards, orange
Just hire
cards.
a freaking guy for the clock and stop the freaking clock.
Yeah.
That's it. One guy just to pause it. Oh, it's out. Pause it. We know how to do that with basketball. We know how to do that with football.
College soccer does that. Ball goes out of bounds, they stop the clock. Gets thrown back in, they start the clock.
I am sitting in dry blood.
At least they used to. I don't know if they still do, actually.
A dry
Keith Costigan says, blue card, ridiculous, change for no reason, adding another element in for referees to figure out. No need to change here.
Another former guest of the show making a good point. Thank you.
You should reach out to Keith, see what he's up to.
He's calling games. I haven't talked to him for years.
So, speaking of which, I did my rounds to make, I followed up with Jimmy, I followed up with Max. But I'm like, oh, geez, I should probably follow up with Meg too. When I went back to Meg's conversation, she's like, hey, I'm busy in the near future, but reach out to me in a few, Right. It's been a year. It's been a year since I reached out to her last. So
oh, great.
I'm like, hey, I gave you space and time. What about soon?
He's talking about Meg Swanik, by the way. Meg Swanik is a great journalist. All right.
But FIFA comes in for the claim here. FIFA wishes to clarify that reports on the so-called blue card at elite levels of football are incorrect and premature. Any such trials, if implemented, should be limited to testing in a responsible manner at lower levels, a position that FIFA intends to reiterate when the agenda time is discussed on March 2nd.
All right, we've waxed this long enough.
Blue card, this whole craziness today on Twitter,
but
it was everywhere.
Brett Oppenheim, he said, you're all missing the point of the blue card here. It's for more goals. So it's literally the Alexi Lala's way. Look, here's the interesting thing. Yeah. I think the sport is all about goals. That is true. And that's why I always advocate for attacking soccer. I always praise the forwards more than the defenders. But the most important thing in soccer is to not have more goals by design and have more goals just because you're better, which is what I criticize MLS so much about. It's like MLS having bad defending. It's okay if the defense looks bad because the offense is so good. But having bad defending by design, or in this case, for the blue card, is just you're going to have like 11 beat 9, or the field, or not even, just the odds of having more goals on a 10 beat 10 is also higher because you have more time and space. There's less players on the field.
Yep.
It'll probably have more goals if you do that. I just think it could end up being a shit show. If you want to do, if they want to go that, just make 10 beat 10 instead of 11 beat 11.
Make the goal twice as big if you want a lot.
The entire width.
Just remove the goalkeeper if you want more goals. Put the guy can't use his hands anymore. No goalkeeper.
Or the goalkeeper has to be a midget. A small person.
Can still use his hand, but
hands. Smells like cabbage.
Or I don't know, just have your goalkeeper be over 40.
Oh,
Filippo, you were getting tagged a lot.
Okay, wait. So he said what he said was, you guys should ask if Brett wants to join the show. He can debate, like we can all talk about.
Just let us know.
He's a good talker soccer. We talked a lot there about soccer. He's saying they want to prevent fouls, then stop within. I guess, but Brett, they still have cards for that. Like if someone stops a moment in transition where you're going on a 1v1, for example, that's a red card, not a blue card.
Right.
So they already have that punishment. I would like for whoever, like FIFA or whoever's in charge of making up this rule, to explain this is the problem we saw. And this is what we're seeing that as a possible solution, because I'm not understanding what it's solving right now. Because the yellow card is already a punishment. The red card is already a punishment. And it's not going to help with time wasting. That's still going to be a disaster. I don't know what they're trying to do.
You're going to do her. Yeah. Oh, no.
Matt, what the hell was that?
Wasn't me, coach. Welcome to the straight red car.
Get off our lawn.